Black Alpha Network. Home of Black excellence. Power to the people.
White supremacy is a poison. No, I don't think the American people are racist. White supremacy is a poison. No, I don't think the American people are racist.
Racism is real in America.
No, I don't think America is a racist country.
Racism is real in America.
No, I don't think America is a racist country.
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black, and you ain't black, and you ain't black, and you ain't black.
So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people? No, 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 no. No.
Democrat, Republican, liberal, conservative, northerner, southerner, east, west, left, right, they're all supremacists. Different name, same game. Moving on. Sambo, sellout, Smuts, bootlicks, Uncle Tom's, butter biscuits, mammies, they're all coons. That we know. But one thing for sure and two things for certain is when they see them race regulators, we gonna ride. So for all my B1s, day ones, and real ones, mount up because it's G-Check time. Certified Black Society, Black Alpha Network, official. What's poppin'? What's poppin'? Certified salute. Shout out to the whole family. We're gonna put it down today, as usual. We're gonna regulate today, as usual. And we're gonna send out a very special fuck you to anybody and everybody who's got a problem with foundational Black Americans. Fuck y'all, as usual. But yo, peace, love, and reparations, family. Subscribe to the channel and make sure you put your notifications on. Make sure you do that. Subscribe, notifications, subscribe. If your notifications ain't on, make sure you click that. Most definitely. But yo, family, there's so much bullshit going on out here. There's so much cosplaying, so much performative arts going on. These motherfuckers deserve Oscars, Emmys, daytime Emmys, supporting actors, lead actors, actresses, because ain't nobody talking that real shit but us. Ain't nobody keeping it true but us, and ain't nobody thorough but us. Guaranteed. The whole goddamn world right now is playing pretend friend, playing pretend ally. Now, we're used to the pretend allies. We're used to people acting like they got our backs. We're used to people putting up signs saying they support us, but they done took that shit to a whole nother level. They done took that shit to a completely different level. We in a different space and time right now. Every politician, every news anchor, every coon, they all got on their blackface right now. It's just one big minstrel show. That's what we living in. We living in a fucking minstrel show. Everybody is acting like they down for FBA. No, the fuck they not. No, the fuck they not, because we see through all they lies. We see through all they con games and all they tricks. And today, right here on the Black Alpha Network, man, we're going to break them down one by one, and we're going to expose them. We're going to pull out race receipts. So if you got your race receipts ready, go ahead and put the motherfuckers on the table. And we at the boss's table, and we're going to make some real boss moves. We're going to expose what motherfuckers said yesterday versus what they saying today. You know when a motherfucker come to you and they lie? I'm talking about that bullshit ass lie. That's not even a good one. They didn't even put any time into it. Or they tell a lie and then they forgot that they told you it. Or they think that you forgot what they said. Or they tell a lie today and then tell a whole different lie tomorrow. Like we don't remember. Like we just magically forgot the shit. Well, we gonna get their ass today. We gonna roll their ass up. Race receipts, race spoilers. We gonna give motherfuckers race tax returns today. Oh yeah, we going there. Oh, we going all the way there. Like I said, there's only one way to go. And that's all the way to fuck in. Now, if you gonna be real, you gotta be all the way real. You can't be half real. There ain't no such thing as half real. All right, either your ass is full go or your ass is sitting down. And we ain't on the sideline, we on the front line. Cause all that flip-flopping and all them games motherfuckers is playing, we ain't got time for that. We're living in an anti-black race war, which means shit is real out here. Which means we gonna regulate. Regulate means you don't even let a motherfucker get to your front step. You check them in the driveway. They ain't even get out the car yet and we G-checked them. That's how smooth it is. Regulate means you run motherfuckers off the block. Not walk them off the block, not skip with them off the block, not escort them off the block. No, run their ass off the block. So fast you can't even see them no more. If you ain't doing any of that, then you ain't a regulator. You playing patty cake. You need to sit your ass down. Shit, go sign up for a pillow fight. Cause you ain't built for no anti-black race war. Anti-black race war is real, and we need real warriors, and we need real brothers and real sisters. All that, let everybody talk, let everybody get some words in. Oh, y'all's being too harsh. Nah, fuck that, we being solid. So solid that we pulling paperwork. So solid that we ain't giving out black participation trophies. Shit, hey, they giving out black participation trophies. They hugging every goddamn body. Like it's the 3rd grade or something, man, fuck that. If you giving out black participation trophies, then your ass ain't no regulator. Shit, you a soccer mom. You better get the fuck out our way and go to a little league game, cause this for grown folks. So if you a B1, a real one, and a regulator, then you in the best place in the world, baby. The Black Alpha Network, because we do this every time, all the time, full time. Right here, right now. Snatch paperwork and go to work. Yes, indeed, family.
Racism is real in America. It has always been. Xenophobia is real in America. Sexism too. Sexism too. Sexism too. I said last year, and I sadly say again today, we have had people in positions of incredible power in our country scapegoating. People with the biggest pulpits spreading this kind of hate. This requires, these moments, sadly, tragically, require us to ask, who are we as a nation and what do we stand for?
Every single time they think they pulled a fast one on FBAs, the new black media is on they ass. She really thought shit was sweet out here in these streets. She really thought she was just too slick for us to understand. She thought like literally we just couldn't catch that bullshit right there, right? You feel me? You better go pull that shit on them butter biscuits, alright? You fucking with some real ones. Alright, Kamala? Let me tell you something. You're not gonna go from, I ain't doing nothing for black Americans, and we just gonna forget that shit. You know what I'm saying? Didn't I say they'll tell a lie today, and then come back tomorrow and think that you forgot the lie they told? No, we ain't forgetting shit. Everybody getting checked. This is the whole part of pulling paperwork, which means your shit is on file. We got you on camera. You on candid camera.
Racism is real in America.
No, I don't think America is a racist country.
Racism is real in America.
No, I don't think America is a racist country. No, I don't think America is a racist country. Racist country.
She really thought that she was gonna come out here and say, no, America's not a racist country. And then turn around and say, racism's always been here. She said that less than a year ago. This is how sloppy and messy these motherfuckers get. They used to dealing on coon time. They not used to being on real time, all right? They're used to dealing with coons and letting that shit slide. Cause you know, with a coon, you can say any motherfucking thing. You could lie to a coon's face and they don't give a fuck. They just accept it. I tell people like this is my motto right here, Black Alpha Network. I'm gonna give y'all one of my mottos. My motto is don't let a coon get you fucked up. If you used to coonery, buffoonery, Sambo tap dancing, and that's the time you on, do not think we all like that, because you gonna come across a real one and you gonna get your shit snatched. And ladies and gentlemen, we gonna snatch a couple motherfuckers up right here today, starting with this one.
So I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm gonna do something that's only gonna benefit black people. No, 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 no.
You see, it was a good year ago where Kamala Harris was running around here with a Converse on, like she was from California. And then she was running around here with a Timberlands on, like she was from New York. Dancing to Cardi B, throwing up the Wakanda X, talking about vote for her so you can stop Killmonger, all types of clown shit. And we all said, as soon as she gets elected, she's gonna quit acting like she's black, and then she's gonna go back to that other group. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And what happened? She got elected, and then she went right back to being a part of that other group, right overnight. And she said, black folks good, have fun, all right? No crime bill, no nothing for y'all. She took the Converse and gave back to the original owner, because y'all know she didn't really own them. She took them Timberlands and gave back to the original owner. She probably just threw the motherfuckers out the window, as far as we concerned. Because we know that shit wasn't hers. She ain't never owned a pair of Converse or Timberlands in her motherfucking life. The same way she's never claimed to be black in her motherfucking life. The same way that she ain't never listened to Snoop Dogg or Tupac or Tribe Called Quest. She's been putting on blackface for a year to get elected. Same thing Obama did. This is what they do. They act blackety black when it's time to get votes, and then as soon as you vote for their ass, they go right back home to their other community. Oh, and by the way, when she went back home to her other community, she started writing all types of laws for them. Crime bills, start giving them money, allowances. They got reparations cash, protections, hotlines. And the group that was out here saying, oh, she done made history, y'alls. Rosa sat so Ruby could walk and Kamala could coon. All them HBC coons that was running around here talking about we done made it, we done arrived. What the fuck they get? I'll tell you what they got. They got Buffalo, New York, and they got that bullshit speech right there. And by the way, that bullshit speech right there is the direct contradiction of what she said less than a year ago. Less than a year ago, she said America is not a racist country. That's what she said on record. That wasn't me saying that shit. I'm not over this motherfucker doing no acting. I'm not over this motherfucker doing no voiceovers. No, and we ain't even got to go that far and we ain't got to get that deep with it. I can take exactly what they say and put that shit on the big screen and let the world hear it. That's the difference between them and the new black media. The new black media, we come with receipts, we come with spoilers, and as I said earlier, we giving out tax returns on these motherfuckers. In certified black society, here's a motherfucking tax return. Kamala the cop is still Kamala the cop. She was never Kamala the sister girl. She was never Kamala the FBA. She was never Kamala the blacks woman. She just put on a costume so all the coons would go vote for her and she could take all your tangibles and elevate every other group. That's all they did. It's the same routine. And when I say costume, I mean literally a costume. What the fuck you think shades are, or Converse, or Timberlands? It is to put on something that you do not wear so you could play a role. And that's what they do every election season. It's no different than Barack Obama out there doing the dance or singing Al Green. The same way a child on Halloween puts on a costume, goes out and trick-or-treats to get candies, come back home, puts it in the closet and don't wear it again until next year, that's exactly what these politicians do with black folks, okay? They put on a costume, Timberland, shades, Converse, they go out and trick-or-treat, ask for your vote, and then they come home, put that shit back in the closet, pull it out next Halloween, only this next Halloween is the next election cycle, or after some type of mass shooting. And then what happens? They go back home, they put that bitch in the closet, and they don't bring it out again until the next tragic event. Or when they gotta walk down the Selma Bridge. But guaranteed, they going back the fuck home and they putting that shit in the closet. Tell me if I'm lying. Tell me if I'm lying, family. God damn, did I just sit here and equate black politicians to kids trick-or-treating on Halloween? Really? This is the state of political affairs for black Americans in this country. Black folks been out here dicking around for 60 fucking years, stuck on the Democratic plantation, stuck on the Republican plantation, bickering back and forth, not asking for no tangibles, and getting hugs and prayers for their votes, to the point where these motherfuckers is playing Halloween on us. God damn, a motherfucker can't even play Easter or something? Shit, at least on Easter you get Easter clothes. God damn, on Christmas you get presents. These motherfuckers is out here trick-or-treating on your ass. And what is it? Trick or treat? Your ass is getting tricked. Ladies and gentlemen, I just made 2 examples of Halloween in the black voter in America. This is how low and pathetic the black vote has been based on these motherfucking coons that we can literally connect it to trick or treating. That's a motherfucking shame. Motherfucking shame. She wore another costume. When she just went down to Selma, she put on the same little mustard yellow ugly ass suit that John Lewis had on. So when she goes to Selma, she's dressed up in a costume. When she's on the election campaign, she's in a costume. When she gives a speech, she's in a costume. All she do is wear costumes all day. And those costumes are always black oriented. She don't wear no costumes when she go to these other people. She comes as is. And she writes tangible laws as is. When it come to us, it's Halloween and all these fucking games. You feel what I'm saying? Trick or treat. And they tricking these motherfuckers. Not us. Hey, speaking of costumes, fuck. What do you think they was doing and putting on the African garb and kneeling down like Colin Kaepernick? These motherfuckers is wearing costumes. Costumes. If it ain't Timberlands, if it ain't shades, it's an African garb. Kneeling down. Nancy Pelosi. The picture's out there. We done all seen it. This is what they do to get the black vote. And in return, these motherfuckers throw plantation celebrations. Now, mind you, on election night, the main motherfuckers in the streets dancing and popping champagne bottles are black people. How many times have you seen any other group in the streets dancing? How many times have you seen any other group in the streets playing, celebrating massa? Because I told you, and I said this before, coons do not look at black as their race. Their race is Democrat. You got to understand this. The same way that we say FBA, foundational black Americans, they're FDA, fake Democrat Americans. The same way we say B1, black first, well, they're D1, Democrat first. And how do you know they're Democrat first? Because they'd rather take Democrat policies over their own community. Because at this point, it's not a game. You see damn well what's going on. And they know damn well what's going on. You name a black Democrat and you know goddamn well they know what's happening. They know it. But they don't give a fuck because they establish themselves as Democrats and that's who they relate to. What O.J. Simpson say? I ain't black, I'm O.J.? Well, these motherfuckers saying I ain't black, I'm Democrat. All a black Democrat voter is the black person who never left the plantation. All right? When black folks got freed, when we freed our goddamn selves, because that's what happened. Okay, nobody freed us. We freed our goddamn selves. When we got free and we went and did our own thing, they're the ones who said, no, we're going to stay right here on Massa's porch. It's not goods and safes out there. We need to stay right here next to Massa. In the same way that black people were named after their slave master is the same way that Democrats are named after their slave master. See, we're free. We run our own shit. We got our own thing. They're still running around here saying, what's the matter, boss? We sick? Oh, yes, they are. You can tell a lot about a black person by the words they identify themselves as. Look at us. We use self-identifying terms that we created. Foundational, certified, B1. Now look at them. They're still running around here saying Democrat and African American. Shit, a lot of them say minority and people of color. They refer to themselves as a minority. What did Dr. Claude Anderson say? Another word for minority is loser. Well, another word for African American is loser. Another word for Democrat is loser. And we win on this side. This is the winner circle. That's why we say no tangibles, no vote. That's why we say reparations over everything. And I got a new one. No anti-black hate crime bill, no vote, no shake, no nothing. You might as well not even bring your ass around, black community. Don't even go up in the church and try to do your little dance with the deacon. That's where we are right now. And that's how we got to keep it. And it's all because of the new black media. And it's all because of the B1 Brigade. We've put this right here. Talking points, the narrative, everything. The script is all being written by us. That's the best part about it, y'all. I'm telling everybody. It used to be a time when the coons said shit, people listen. Now when the coons talk, nobody even cares. Like I said, only time we even acknowledge them is when we roasting them. That's a sad existence, that the only time people bring you up is when they roasting your ass. And that's what happens. When Al Sharpton talks, and we're going to get his ass in a minute, he's getting roasted. When Kamala Harris talks, she's getting roasted. When Jesse Jackson talks, if he can even talk anymore, I'm sure he might be able to get a couple words out, his ass is getting roasted. Every last one of them have been relegated to being irrelevant. And the new black media is responsible for that. Certified Black Society is responsible for that. And it's going to stay that way because it is that way and we made it that way. So cop Allah Harris, nice motherfucking try. You still cop Allah. You're going to always be cop Allah. That's what it is. You can put all the costumes on. You can put on goddamn makeup, a wig. You can do the fucking moonwalk. You can do the cabbage patch. You can do the goddamn percolator. Your ass is still going to be anti-black. And us real B1 regulators, we see through all that shit. Paperwork, snatch, you done been officially regulated, certified style. And you gotta regulate, you got to, because we know exactly who we're dealing with. We're dealing with a bunch of low lifes, real sleazy people who never want to give us a goddamn thing. Anything we've ever gotten, we done had to earn for ourselves. You can go back in time. And like I said, freeing ourselves from slavery. If you had to free yourselves from slavery, then you're going to have to go ahead and get your own tangibles today. You got to make it work because they're not going to do it for you. If anything, they'll come up with every trick bag. I'm talking about Halloween and shit they doing out here in these streets, y'all. Come on now. I don't know about anybody else, but it don't take a motherfucker to lie to me 7-8 times before I get it, okay? I'm going to get it the first shot. As soon as I see your asses on some bullshit, you going to get G-checked for it, all right? I don't need to sit here and wait 60 years before we say, damn, boss wasn't telling me the truth. Nah, fuck that. Boss got called out from day one. Day one. Hey, this is my motto right here. This is another one. I got 100 of them. Here's another one. There are 24 hours in the day, but black folks only got 2 times that matter. That is, you got one more time to fuck with me, and your ass don't fuck with me for the last time. That's it. Fuck all the other 24 hours. You got 2 times. All right? And if you fuck up on either one of those, you gonna get your ass regulated. And that's exactly what we doing to everybody. And we circling the wagons. It's like we done hit a motherfucking home run, grand slam. And now we just circling the bases. First base, second base, third base, home. And ladies and gentlemen, when we get home, that's going to be reparations. When we get home, that's going to be tangibles. And when we get home, it's going to be all the resources that we don't want it to get. And we going to get it because of our goddamn selves. But you got to G-check. Because if you do not G-check, these motherfuckers is going to come on some funny style shit. Dr. Claude Anderson, salute to that brother. I gotta quote him once more. He said, inappropriate behavior. Inappropriate behavior is plantation celebrations. Inappropriate behavior is out here dancing around, jiving, tap dancing, all of that shit. That's pretty much what black folks do when it comes to election season. You could tell them everything. We done seen it. We done told these motherfuckers what's gonna happen. FBAs, we like Miss Cleo when it comes to election season. Because we basing this off a track record. But these motherfuckers take track record, throw it out the window. They take facts and throw it out the window. Because we got to understand, it's not about facts for a black Democrat. Okay? It's not about facts. This little game where we're going back and forth with these motherfuckers like Roland Martin, it's no game, bro. This motherfucker is lying. He knows damn well he wants to kiss Master's ass. And he just don't want to kiss Master's ass and look like an ass kisser. Some of them are just proud to be an ass kisser. Clyburn, he'll kiss your ass and just be happy about it. He don't even try to hide the ass kissing. Roland Martin, he one of them guys want to kiss ass, but he don't want to get roasted. Like when Tariq Nasheed roasted him, he doesn't like that. That's why he gets upset. Jason Black called him out. He gets upset. But it doesn't matter how mad he gets, how upset he gets, you're still an ass kisser. And that's what black folks do during election season. They don't care about facts, they care about boss.
White supremacy is a poison. No, I don't think the American people are racist. White supremacy is a poison. No, I don't think the American people are racist. No, I don't think the American people are racist. No, I don't think the American people are racist.
This is why you get people like Joe Biden, who gives a speech, and in the whole speech, he just keeps telling us what the problem is, but he don't give one solution. That man gave that same speech about W supremacy 5 times in 1 year and ain't put the pen to pad one time. What do they always give black folks? What do they always say? Prayer and hugs. Everyone else gets laws and tangibles and money. Shit, fucking laws, tangible, money, allowances, stimulus, reparations. And all they do is get called bad names, allegedly. Other groups get hate crime laws passed off of false accusations against us. We have genuine attacks against us for 500 years and ain't got one.
In America, evil will not win, I promise you. Hate will not prevail. White supremacy will not have the last word. For the evil did come to Buffalo. It's come to all too many places. Manifesting gunmen who massacred innocent people in the name of hateful and perverse ideology, rooted in fear and racism. It's taken so much. 10 lives cut short in a grocery store. 3 other wounded by a hate-filled individual who had driven 200 miles from Binghamton in that range. Violence inflicted in the service of hate and the vicious thirst for power that defines one group of people being inherently inferior to any other group. The hate that through the media and politics, the internet, has radicalized, angry, alienated, lost, and isolated individuals into falsely believing that they will be replaced, that's the word, replaced, by the other, by people who don't look like them, and who are therefore in a perverse ideology that they possess and being fed lesser beings. I and all of you reject the lie. I call on all Americans to reject the lie. And I condemn those who spread the lie for power, political gain, and for profit. That's what it is.
Listen to that shit. They in there clapping like it's the fucking Oscars. Like mission accomplished. He came, he said some bullshit and he left, but he ain't write no laws. And they giving this man a standing ovation. This is what they do when it come to black folks. You ain't got to do a motherfucking thing. Just say some words and everybody's gonna give you a standing ovation. Everybody else gets laws, bills, passed. We get some fucking words, and not only do we get the words, we get words and motherfuckers act like someone just scored a winning touchdown. They in there cheering like they at the fucking Super Bowl. Get the fuck out of here. Performative supremacy. After the inauguration parade, Joe Biden pulled up a chair, got out a pen, and started signing executive orders like autographs. Now, one of those went to black people. A year later, attack after attack after attack on black folks, still not one. And then when he goes to address it, what does he do? He doesn't talk about one law. He doesn't talk about one policy. He doesn't talk about one initiative. All he talked about the whole damn thing was prayer. And in his speech about black people being harmed, he never says black people. He never said black. He has a whole speech about anti-black racism, never said anti-black or racism in a whole statement. Now we all know he done said anti-other groups. Now we all know he done written laws for anti-other groups. But now when it comes to us, he inconspicuously forgets the word black. He don't know the word black no more. Now during the election, it was, you ain't black. He knew it then. During the election, it was black girl magic. He knew it then. Black women saved the election. He knew it then. It was the black community had my back.
I mean it, especially those moments, and especially those moments when this campaign was at its lowest ebb. The African-American community stood up again for me. You always had my back, and I'll have yours.
But when it comes to laws, tangibles and policies and speeches, he don't even remember the word black no more. He don't remember to the point he don't even say the shit. Now we all know he ain't all the way there anymore and his dementia done kicked in, but damn, it ain't that goddamn bad. It ain't that goddamn bad. You know why it ain't that bad? Because Kamala Harris did the same thing. She had a whole speech about black people, never said black people one time. I'll tell you what she did say. She said xenophobia. She said sexism. She said all these other groups that they lump us in with. So how you remember group 12, 15, 27, and 92, but you don't remember group 1? Because your ass is lying. And it's all performative arts, what I call performative supremacy. And every one of them is doing it. And we see they ass. Easy. See, when you a B1, man, you do this shit naturally. We check motherfuckers with no effort. No effort. And it don't matter who you are. Like I said, politicians, Sambo, Coon, left, right, north, south, it don't matter who you are. Out of code. That's all we see. We don't see all the other little name tags. Like I said, that shit's different name, same game. We ain't worried about the name. We worried about the agenda. If your agenda's some bullshit, you getting G-checked. Out of pocket, out of line, off code, your ass is getting snatched. And that's exactly what it is. But back to Mr. Jimmy Crow Joe. Jim Crow Joe Biden and a lot of these other politicians, they got a new game now. I'm gonna tell you what this game is. Before, it was never acknowledged supremacy. Remember that? He said it. I ain't doing no voiceovers. He said out his own mouth, America's not a racist country. The American people aren't racist. That's what he said. Their old game was to dismiss and deny supremacy. Now, their new game is to acknowledge supremacy, but denounce it. And it's a fake denouncing of it. It's fake as fuck. First off, we forced them to even acknowledge it, because trust and believe, if it wasn't for the new black media, if it wasn't for certified black society, if it wasn't for us pushing the line, because like I said, we control the narrative. We control everything in this country. Believe it or not, accept it. We run shit. And when we put things on the front line, people are forced to address it, and they're forced to acknowledge it, and they're forced to deal with it. They would love to go back in the time where they were saying, what about black on black crime? Reverse racism. Blacks is racist too. We canceled all those fucking terms, and we got to the core. And the core is supremacy. They wrote up a new script and they said, I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're going to acknowledge it because the new black media is on our ass. But once we acknowledge it, we're gonna immediately denounce it. But they'll denounce it with no action attached. I put on Twitter the other day, I said, these politicians denouncing supremacy is really these politicians protecting supremacy. Because what they wanna do, they just wanna say, oh, we denounced it. Like that's a law. Last time I checked, denounce doesn't mean a law. Last time I checked, denounce doesn't mean hate crime bill. Last time I checked, denouncing doesn't mean you go to jail. That ain't no different than a motherfucker getting arrested and saying I denounced the gang. All these rappers right now catching RICO charges, guess what? They all denouncing the fucking gang they was with. They was on camera throwing up the signs, wearing bandanas and everything. But when they asses get on that stand, they gonna denounce the gang. Denouncing don't mean shit. Denouncing basically means I'm trying to cover my ass from affiliation. All right, Joe Biden, yeah, he's going to denounce supremacy because Joe Biden doesn't want to be affiliated with supremacy, because when you look at his track record and all his statements, they're littered with supremacy, undertones, overtones, side tones. Hell, he did a eulogy for a Klan member. Come on, a big Klan member. That motherfucker got close connections to supremacy. So fuck yeah, he gonna denounce it. Al Capone's gonna denounce the mafia too. Man, these motherfuckers better come up with some new shit. That's their new one, man. They pull that rabbit out the hat quick as fuck. That's all they do. They lie, we check them, then they move to the next lie. Then we find out what that lie is, we check it, then they move to another lie. Look what you've seen this week. They had about 6 or 7 press conferences. They had about 100 politicians, and they all denounced supremacy. That's the new hot word right there, denounce. All right, what about hate crime law, like everybody else got? How about federal protections, like everybody else gets? You never see those words. It's denounce. That's the new word. That's what happens, man. I'm telling you. These motherfuckers will come up with some shit overnight. They will find a lie overnight and put that shit on the table. So they're out here having all these press conferences saying we denounce supremacy, never tell you what it is. Joe Biden sat there and gave a 45-minute speech where he just kept telling us what the problem was. And then he came in the store, and then evil will not prevail. And then we walked down the street, and then we stood together. All right, motherfucker, we understand. And then what the fuck you gonna do about it? That's the only and then I give a fuck about. That happened, and then I wrote a hate crime law. You don't need to come tell us a goddamn speech. This motherfucker gave us a whole speech about what we just saw. We don't need you to come to the scene of the crime and tell us what we just saw. We all seen it. That's why we're here. The motherfucker live streamed it. Just like the last one and the last one and the last one. You don't need to come and tell us this is what we all saw and give us a breakdown of what we just seen. Motherfucker, we need to know what comes after what we saw. You know what you doing, Jimmy Crow. I know you're 257 years old. I understand that. But even a 257-year-old know what the fuck is going on. Try again, motherfucker. Get that pen and get that pad just like you did for everybody else. Remember, all those other groups, they didn't have to protest, march, beg, plea, rally. They didn't have to do any of that to get a law made. All those other groups, they don't even have half of the politicians we have in Washington, D.C. And they got all the laws written and passed for them. Instead, we got politicians showing up giving us a step-by-step replay of everything we just saw. Like we didn't just see it. Like we don't know. I don't need no breakdown or no recap. That's what they're doing. They're giving us breakdowns and recaps of our own suffering. We don't need nobody to come and tell us what our suffering is. And then y'all know the words they be using? This ain't no goddamn Marvel movie. I be waiting for fucking Iron Man to come flying by and Spider-Man to come swinging on his web and shit. Where Doctor Strange at? All these fucking comic book words and shit they be using, talking about evil will not prevail and justice amongst us all, and the heroes versus the villains of the planet Earth. Man, get the fuck out of here with that shit. If I want to see that, I'll go watch Doctor Strange. I want a hate crime bill, just like everybody else. And the funny part is, as soon as he gave that speech, his ass was on the plane straight to Asia for a summit. Like stopping in Buffalo inconvenienced him. He just came and took a couple photo ops. That's all he did. Because black folks in America, they think photo ops are policies. All right, a picture is not federal policy. All right, they was literally out here celebrating this shit. He took a picture hugging some little boy, and he made sure he found the camera too, which is the same thing he did with George Floyd's daughter. He took a picture saying hi. Same thing. They know what to do. Hugs are not tangibles. Hugs are not laws. Hugs are not hate crime protections. I don't want no goddamn photo op. I know the coons want pictures and photo ops. They can put it on their wall right next to their W Jesus. I don't want none of that. I don't want pictures on the wall. I want laws in the books. All right. And another thing is, as soon as Joe Biden gave that speech, he sent another $1 billion to the Ukraine. Yeah. So he denounced supremacy, but yet he's sending more aid to a supremacist country. Lying. But that's what they did. And we hate to say we told you so, but goddamn it, we told you so. All of my B1s, I ain't even got to say them all by name. Y'all know what it was. Y'all know what it is. We said this was Jimmy Crow Joe. We said this was the guy who wrote the 94 crime bill. We said this was Mr. You Ain't Black. This is Mr. The Hell with y'all. Mr. Come Here Boy. Great American Negro. He said all that within the last year, by the way. This is him. We called it. So the coons didn't want to hear that shit, man. They just flip-flopping all over the place if they even come out of hiding. Because like I said, a lot of these coons are CMIA. Coons missing in action. All right, a lot of them are. You ain't seen them in months, okay? They scared to show their face. And they should be. But this is the fuckery that happens after any of these mass assaults on black people. They come out and they come with bells and whistles and more symbology. They increase the symbology. There's 3 times where they increase the symbology. It's either during election season, during a mass tragedy, or during a civil rights reenactment. All right, those are the 3 times where they try to increase the symbology, but none of those means anything for the empowerment of foundational black Americans. And I'm gonna say this now on the record: you can cancel me from June Juneteenth. I don't want nothing to do with that. I'm done. Yup, nah, they can have that shit. They done let them co-opt that. Worst thing they could ever done. I don't want nothing to do with Juneteenth. All that shit is gonna do is turn into supremacy is over day. We done came so far today, it's not even gonna be about the slaves. It's gonna be about Ketanji Brown Jackson, Kamala Harris. Nah, fuck that, count me out. I'm gonna be doing some whole other shit that I probably won't even know what day it is, to be honest with you. It's that far out of my mind. I don't want nothing to do with that. That shit gonna be a clown show. Butter biscuits gonna be flying all through the fucking air. Eyes is gonna be bucking. Bed winches, bed bucks is gonna be jumping all around. Hillary Clinton gonna come out pouring hot sauce on everybody. Man, fuck that. And as a matter of fact, let me predict this. It's my prediction. I'm calling this shit ahead of time. I guarantee you, Juneteenth is going to be a direct contradiction of everything they're saying about America right now. Right now, it's racism is here and it's bad. Juneteenth is going to be back to, well, racism is gone. We done came a long way. Watch, guarantee every single thing they just said in the last week about how bad supremacy is, all the denouncing supremacy, they gonna skip over all that shit, act like they never said it, and they gonna be back to celebrating how fucked up things are. Cancel me out. I don't want nothing to do with no goddamn Juneteenth. Don't share no goddamn memes with me. I don't want to see no motherfucking posts. I'm sitting it out completely. First off, I don't celebrate holidays that the dominant society has given to me, all right, that they've sponsored. Nope, I don't do that. I don't celebrate Black History Month. I don't celebrate Martin Luther King Day, Martin Luther King Bridge, Martin Luther King Road, Martin Luther King side of town. Nah, If you want to celebrate a holiday you gave your damn self. Other than that, count me out. Plus, that day done turned into just a day where W's get to take off of work. Just another day off for them. Well, there ain't no days off from white supremacy, so there won't be no days off for me celebrating. Fuck that. Now, like I said, fuckery everywhere, fuck boys everywhere, and just a bunch of excuses. I want everybody to notice how the dominant society plays 2 different roles. Each side of the dominant society has 2 different roles to play to protect supremacy. It is the conservatives' role to make excuses for supremacy, and it's the liberals' role to pivot off of supremacy onto another agenda. I'll give you 2 examples. Soon as that situation happened with that race bum in Buffalo, The conservatives came out immediately and said, oh, he was just radicalized. Oh, he's a nice young man. He's a good boy. They gotta always make excuses for the supremacists. That's their supremacist job title, excusers. The liberals' job title is deflectors. The liberals immediately come out and say, no, this isn't about black people, this is about gun control. No, this isn't about black folks, this is about us as a nation. Oh, this isn't about black folks, it's about Fox News. It's about this group, that group, that group, that group. Not black folks, no, that group, that group, and that group. See what I'm talking about? It's the liberals who come in and they shift the focus off of black folks and off of an anti-black race war onto every other group in every other situation. You have the excusers, conservatives, you have the deflectors, liberals. Matter of fact, name me one time you seen any liberal talking about an anti-black race war. Have you seen any liberal talking about an anti-black hate crime? Have you seen any liberal mention the word black people? They had a whole speech about black people and never mentioned black people one time. The president, the vice president, they didn't say black people. Has Obama came out and made any statements talking about anti-blackness? No. He came out and made statements about every other group. He ain't never said nothing about us. Matter of fact, he was just a couple weeks ago talking about watch out for the media. He went up and went to a summit to talk about how media is bad, but he ain't say nothing about this situation. You feel me? The liberals are only here to deflect it. I seen somebody blaming Donald Trump, a liberal. They literally out here still protesting Donald Trump. Because remember, it was Donald Trump a couple years ago. It was Trump's America. Remember, it was MAGA. Now that MAGA's gone, who they find excuses now? Now they talking about Tucker Carlson. They talking about Fox News. It ain't an anti-black race war. It's Fox News, everybody. That's what it is. It's Fox News. That's where they're on now. It's not an anti-black race war that existed 500 years before Fox or News was created. No, it's a damn cable network. Y'all remember when W used to say, it's the media. It's the same shit. It's always something other than what it is. That's what the liberals do. They're only here to pivot black issues onto other groups. This is why our reparations ends up on someone else's plate. This is why our tangibles end up on someone else's plate. This is why our hate crime protections end up on someone else's plate. It's because the liberal comes in and he pivots that shit away from black society and he puts it on everyone else's. Yeah, that's what it is. They all got a job to play. So while you sit here and think these people hate each other and they going back and forth, I've said it before, they're race brothers. They're race brothers. Neither one of those are in the best interest of foundational black Americans. They work together. Don't let them fool you. Don't let them fool you. They're in the same family. They all going home to grandma's bland ass food every night. I'll tell you what they ain't doing. They ain't writing no laws for us. One thing they got in common is neither one of those groups do a goddamn thing for black folks. So don't get caught in their fake tug of war, because that shit fake as fuck. That's just another breakdown of all the excuses, the pivots and deflections that they do. They do this every time shit gets real. When we start getting close to the bag, they start pulling out all the stops. They throw out all this shit. And the liberals and the conservatives, they work together to prevent the progress and the empowerment of foundationals. But this how I go. And you know what? Another one they doing, let me mention this. They doing this replacement theory. They're saying this guy subscribed to replacement theory. He felt that they were being replaced, so he had to act this way. See, what they're trying to do is they're trying to minimize supremacy to some little off-brand version of it. They're trying to make it as small and as little as they can possibly make it. They love doing that shit, don't they? They love it. Oh, it's not big. It's just these guys over here, them 5 of them. The 5 replacement theory guys. Fuck that. Let me tell you this. The guy at the corner store, the gas station, the bus driver, the school principal, the school teacher, all these Karens calling the police on black children, they're not doing that because of replacement theory. They're doing that because of anti-black racism. Didn't I say first comes the denial and then comes the deflection? Don't let none of these motherfuckers tell you it's about replacement theory. It's about supremacy, supremacy, and supremacy. Everybody knows that shit. You know, when you start talking about replacement theory, all you doing is minimizing some shit that's maximized. We don't run with none of that. They know what they're doing. And all these people out here acting like they're trying to fight it and trying to stop it and denouncing it, they lying through their motherfucking teeth. Joe Biden gave that speech and he was lying through his dentures. All right, lying straight through his dentures, all through them. He know goddamn well what his plans are. His plans are to do exactly what they've always done. Give black folks a bunch of symbology and go the fuck home. Put on a bunch of costumes and go the fuck home. Y'all was talking about Crown Acts and Juneteenth 2 days ago. Now all of a sudden you talking about hugs and prayers. And let's say this again. Hugs and prayers, don't nobody else get this. Nobody else gets hugs and prayers. They don't give hugs and prayers to nobody. They give money, dollars, pesos. When it comes to black folks, they want to give you hugs and prayers. Nah, fuck that. And they don't like us. They don't like our presence because we're the ones saying reject. We're the ones saying hell no. We the ones saying bullshit. And that's why they hate the new black media, and that's why they hate B1 society. If we weren't here right now, oh man, it'd be a motherfucking clown show. We think these motherfuckers is coons right now. Imagine if there was no B1s and no certifieds. Goddamn. Matter of fact, don't imagine it. Don't even do it, because that'll just have you all fucked up. I'm not even going to imagine what would happen if certifieds and B1s wasn't here, because the cooning would be out of fucking control. Out of control. Just go back to 10 years ago during the Obama era, and then you'll understand what it was like. All right, but right now we bringing the heat, we bringing the fire, and we checking everybody. Every goddamn body. Matter of fact, let me check somebody right now. I'm sorry, we gotta check this motherfucker, because I don't play games, and I know when somebody's on some bullshit, and we gonna check them. I'm gonna play a clip right now. 2 clips. As I said in the beginning, we gonna show what your ass was saying yesterday, and what your ass is saying today. We gonna show the before, the after, the then, the now. We gonna show when your ass was flipping, and when you was flopping. Because what they wanna do is they wanna talk that bullshit when it's convenient, and then when it's time to trick us, they want to talk like us. Check this out.
This is an opportunity for us to try to finish the policy that was initiated. I mean, we talked about then having an anti-black hate crime bill passed by the U.S. Congress, but it stalled. And we saw last year, Stephanie, and we celebrated it, and we celebrated it, and we celebrated it, that they passed the anti-Asian hate bill. So maybe in the wake, Tiffany, of this tragedy here in Buffalo, New York, Raymond, just maybe we can finally get the anti-black hate crime bill passed in the United States Congress.
So have you talked to President-elect Biden yet about what's going on with the criminal justice situation?
I actually talked with a lot of the transition as well as Vice President-elect Kamala Harris about the fact we need to prevent some of these hashtags that we saw happen in 2020, like George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery. We can do better, America. We can do better, America. Better, America, and we must do better.
Do you think that Joe Biden will be able to bring justice to these cases?
I think the Department of Justice, with a robust civil rights division, will make sure all of our children are protected. I think the Department of Justice, with a robust civil rights division, will make sure all of our children are protected.
So, President-elect Biden has said one of his first things he's going to do is criminal justice reform. Has he brought you in at the table to try to figure out what needs to be done?
He has. We're talking about that now, the things we're going to do in the first 100 days to address criminal justice as well as policing in America.
Nah, bruh. Nah. Hell to the no. We ain't having none of that. Let's not forget, Mr. Ben Crump is Mr. Settlement Check. That's Mr. Ambulance Chaser. He done made millions of dollars based off the backs of black people who have been harmed. Men, women, and children. I'm talking about the whole community. Millions of dollars. Ben Crump has been running around here cooning, buffooning, butter biscuit chasing. If he ain't chasing butter biscuits, he's chasing ambulances. Go check out my video, Benjamin Chump. It's thorough. And we break down his whole game. He is a slip and fall lawyer. And I'm not lying. Go check out his website. Literally, it says it. He specializes in slip and fall. This is the guy who's running around acting like he was Johnny Cochran. This is the guy who's running around and they were calling him Black America's Attorney General, even though he ain't never won no case. 48 million black Americans and we only got 2 attorneys. Him, Lee Merritt, their whole squad is a bunch of coons. They are coons now, they're coons forever. They can talk that anti-black shit today, they can talk pro-black shit tomorrow. They can talk settlement checks one day, they can talk hate crime bills the next day. Either way, it's a coon. I don't care what words come out their mouth, how much they turn it, how much they spin it, they asses is cooning. And I was seeing black folks really believe in that shit. Say, man, Ben Crump is actually saying something I agree with. Ben Crump is lying. This is what they do. They always got to use pro-black terminology. They always got to use pro-black terms. They got to always use B1 words so they can get in. It ain't no different than somebody running around here talking about yo, yo, yo. They talk like what they think we talk like so we can accept them. I don't fall for none of that shit. Ben Crump is lying through his fucking lisp. And now all of a sudden he's talking about a hate crime bill. It's funny how he started talking about a hate crime bill when the black grassroots starts talking about a hate crime bill. Because just a year ago, y'all heard it, he said, I'm at the table working with Joe Biden. First off, why is Ben Crump working at any table? He's a slip and fall lawyer. He's no politician. What office has he ever won? Who made this motherfucker any representative of black America? He don't win no cases. He don't win no cases, and not only is he a lawyer, out of 48 million people, we get one lawyer. Not only is he a lawyer, now all of a sudden he's sitting at the table coming up with legislation. What legislation did you come up with? The George Floyd Act that didn't pass? What legislation did you come up with? The crime bill that no one talked about until us? You was cooning when Joe Biden got elected. Oh, yes, you was. You was talking about a better day and a better tomorrow. Don't come around here talking about something. The anti-black crime bills that we passed today. Nah, motherfucker, you weren't talking about that shit yesterday. We gotta quit letting these people come and take our talking points and act like it's theirs. I made a video, check it out, subscribe, bang them notifications. I made a video called Reparations Ops. A lot of y'all heard it. And I'm talking about how they come around and they want us to give them the keys to our reparations movement. So now they're driving the car and then they can take it wherever they want to take it. All these people running around here sitting on our panels, all these people coming around here speaking on our reparations, they're doing that so they can gain control. Understand, these folks only throw around the term supremacy so they can get emotion from us and we can translate them emotions into dollars for them. They don't throw around supremacy in their regular life, they caping for supremacy in their regular life. Only time they bring up racism or anti-black racism is to get us all motivated so we can go give them some money. That's it. Folks better be real careful about who come around wanting to take the lead on our issues. Be very careful who's coming around here trying to be an asset or an ally, who starts taking our grassroots talking points. They're not doing that because they want to assist us in getting what we need to get done. They come here so they can have full access and control, and they can divert that shit. They can derail that shit. Trust me, Ben Crump has been coached. Ben Crump was spoken to. They done sat his ass down and said, here's the agenda. The black grassroots is talking about a hate crime law. You go out and talk about a hate crime law. Black grassroots is talking about reparations. Y'all go out and start talking about reparations. And then next thing you know, some Negroes say, man, he said some real shits I agrees with. And then you hand the car keys over to him. And then next thing you know, everybody's getting the law. That's what happens. Every single law, you can look at it. It starts off with the black grassroots pushing the narrative and pushing the talking points. And then they send in some coon who starts saying basically, yo, yo, yo. Or we need to get the hate crimes off of Trayvon Martin. And then next thing you know, black folks say, man, that's real. Here you go, Ben Crump. Why don't you go take it to Washington, D.C.? He take it to Washington, D.C. Next thing you know, they write up some laws for everybody other than us. That's how it happens. That's how affirmative action happened. Affirmative action started with real B1 grassroots black folks writing that law for us. Next thing you know, some coons came in and they co-opted it. And then following that, everybody else was getting affirmative action except for us. There ain't nothing new. Ain't nothing new under the sun. Ain't nothing new when it comes to the dominant society, and ain't nothing new when it comes to anti-black racism. Trust me, that is exactly what Ben Crump is doing. He wants to be the advocate now for a hate crimes law. Ben Crump, Mr. Settlement Check. Mr. made money off the backs of all these black folks. It was settlement checks when it was Brown and Taylor, homeboy. It wasn't no hate crime law. It was settlement checks when it came to Trayvon Martin, homeboy. It wasn't no hate crime law. It was settlement checks with Mike Brown, homeboy. It wasn't no hate crime law. Now all of a sudden, it's a hate crime law. And it just so happens to be, soon as we start saying the hate crime law, now you say hate crime law. You didn't say that when it came to any other black person. And you was the same one out here coaching these families up to forgives. We all done seen every single press conference. All lives matter. We gonna fight for everybody else. Forgives, settlement check.
For real, all life matters.
All life. Yes.
Not just black children. We don't want to see nobody go through this. I don't want to see no daddy watch a kid get lynched and shot down like that.
That's right, Mom.
So it's all our problem. It's all our problem. So hey, let's keep fighting. Let's keep doing it and making this place a better place for all human beings.
Amen.
All human beings.
Amen.
Everybody. Love everybody. All human beings need to be treated equally. We finna conquer this lynching. Today is a good day.
Yep, and that was Ben Crump's ass standing right there next to him and Al Sharpton. All them claps and cheers you heard for that fucking coonery, which by the way, in the year 2021, that was the coon of the year. And in the year 2022, it's the guy talking about he gonna hug everybody in Buffalo. That's the coon of the year in 2021, the coon of the year in 2022, we'll see in 2023. Who the fuck knows who it'll be? But I guarantee you, Ben Crump's ass will be supporting them. Guarantee you that, just like Ben Crump supported all the other ones. So no, he didn't go from that bullshit to being woke all of a sudden. Don't forget that. Don't forget that next time one of these black folks start saying, man, Ben Crump is woke now. Man, Ben Crump is so woke. Ben Crump ain't woke, okay? Ben Crump is a lot of things, and woke ain't one of them. All right, that motherfucker is getting his Sambo sleep. All right, that's it. Don't ever associate him with being B1, him being certified. He ain't none of that. He's the same settlement check motherfucker ever. And he don't want no hate crime bill because the hate crime bill is gonna cut into his money. All that is a talking point, and he's got a motherfucking agenda. The same agenda that we just said Kamala Harris had, Joe Biden had, the conservatives have, the liberals have, is the same exact agenda coming from the same exact place as Ben Crump. You don't chase settlement checks all day long and then wake up tomorrow and say you want a hate crime bill. Not side-eye anybody that's all of a sudden talking about a hate crime bill using our talking points when they had the microphone, the press conferences, the platforms, the television shows for years and didn't say shit. Now all of a sudden, it's what we saying. That's a motherfucking lie. Let's not forget, this is the same guy who's running around bragging that Breonna Taylor got the biggest and best settlement check ever. I ain't lying, he said it. Pull out your goddamn phone, pull out your Android, your iPhone, your PC, get on Google, get on whatever you need to. Type it in. He said that. He said Breonna Taylor got the biggest settlement check of all time. And he was celebrating. He was celebrating the fact that a young woman got harmed by a race soldier and he got some money. That's his game. That's his game. And it's a long line of this shit. Don't get it twisted. All that fake woke shit and all that tough guy shit, man, they've been doing that for years. They've been sending in all these decoys that come talking all that tough guy shit. Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton been doing that shit since the 70s. They'll always show up talking all tough, talking about, we gonna get us a federal prosecution today. We ain't going home till the justice come today. And they asses go behind the scene, behind closed doors, and start making deals. Remember, Al Sharpton and Ben Crump were just at a rally for a W boy, hugging his grandmother, talking about all lives matter. The guy's Twitter is filled with nothing but all lives matter talk. You don't go from all lives matter to hate crime bills. You don't go from settlement checks to hate crime bills. You don't go from I forgives to hate crime bills. It just don't work that goddamn way. And let's not forget about Al Sharpton. Al Sharpton been a rat. Al Sharpton was a federal informant way the fuck back in the 80s. It might have been the 70s. This motherfucker was ratting on everybody. He was walking to the podium giving that same tough guy speech about fighting supremacy and going against the system. Then he literally walked his big ass away and went backstage and started tattletelling. So no, ain't nobody on him. We all know Jesse Jackson. Jesse Jackson showed up to Ferguson, Missouri and told everybody quit protesting and go boycott McDonald's in Florida. I ain't lying. I done heard that personal testimony from folks. So nah, these guys are all fake. Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, Ben Crump, all they are is coons. They try to talk all that woke shit and talk all that tough shit so they can hide all that coon shit. That's exactly what they're doing. And family, you see what they're doing. What they're trying to do now is they're trying to infiltrate us through the black grassroots. That's what they're trying to do. There used to be a time when they would use the mainstream on us and let the mainstream try to control us. But now in this B1 season, we done canceled out the mainstream. Any mainstream motherfucker that they try to put on top of us, we reject them and run them clean off the block. So they understand that the black mainstream, the black boule, they have no more power. We got our sights on them. So what they're trying to do is trying to come in through the black grassroots. They're trying to use our words, our terminologies, our actions. That's why you got people talking about a hate crimes bill now. That's why you got all these reparations panels and these reparations studies. They trying to infiltrate the black grassroots. So you gonna start seeing a bunch more motherfucking strange folks start popping up. Everywhere you look, they gonna be popping up left and right, using our talking points, using our references, trying to look like us, walk like us, trying to appeal to us. See, they used to try to appeal to us through the mainstream. Them days is done. Now they're trying to appeal to us through the black grassroots. Basically, the mainstream door has been shut and closed, and the black grassroots back door is where they're trying to slide in. And we ain't letting them come in, regulator style. As a matter of fact, that race bum in Buffalo, he wrote, here's your reparations. The very fact that he mentioned our reparations lets you know that he was paying a real close eye to the black grassroots. I know black folks who don't even know we pushing for reparations. In the mainstream society, they try to ignore that. Anybody who knows that we pushing for reparations is somebody who's watching our B1 circles. It's someone who's watching us FBA circles. It's somebody who's watching us certified black society circles. So the same motherfuckers I'm talking about are popping up left and right is the same motherfucker who was that race bum in Buffalo. You don't write, here's your reparations, unless you've been watching us with a real careful eye. So a lot of these folks that you see, that you side eye, that you suspect is the same motherfuckers who's trying to infiltrate the black grassroots. So not only is motherfuckers like that watching the black grassroots, you got the politicians watching the black grassroots, you got the activists watching the black grassroots. Everybody has their eyes on us. It's all eyes on us, baby. It's all eyes on us, and they know that we're in control right now. So they go where the control is. Anybody they can find to try to come and stifle the black grassroots. The very fact that that motherfucker said, here's your reparations, lets you know that the black grassroots is in full charge. Made a reference towards buck breaking. Made a reference towards foundational black Americans. Where you get them words from? Where you get them terminologies from? Where you learn that? You only learn that by watching. So newsflash to anybody out there watching the Black Grassroots right now. If you're pissed off and mad, then you better get used to it, because them regulators is out and we gonna get way more thorough on code. And that's all a part of the game. It's all about pulling paperwork and making sure this space right here belongs to us. They cannot exist in our presence. Sorry, that's just how it go. When you B1 and you certified, motherfuckers gotta fall in line. And if they do not fall in line, they gonna get tossed out of line. And we do that shit with ease. It's our pleasure. Yes, indeed. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get up. B1 salute to everybody. Matter of fact, hold up. Before I get up out of here, there's one more group. I gotta go ahead and G-check real quick. Let me go ahead and give these motherfuckers some smoke, because they deserve the smoke. They earned all this smoke they about to get. I gotta go ahead and fuck with them real fast. And then we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Let's talk about this motherfucking Congressional Coon Caucus. All right? And they threw this bullshit ass press conference talking about we denounce supremacy, and they had all these other caucuses come. And by the way, those other caucus groups, they came, I think there was 3 of them. They came and they didn't come on their own accord. They didn't come because they wanted to. They came for smoke and mirrors, performative arts. It was just a fucking show.
Joining us here today, I want to especially thank the Tri-Caucuses for helping convene this press conference. We all have a shared outrage and common goal.
All right, peace, family. I apologize if y'all couldn't hear that, because I couldn't hear the shit either, because the motherfucker can't talk. You know what I'm saying? He was stumbling, fumbling, bumbling all over the fucking place, you know. He probably need to take his nap. He's probably about 8 hours overdue. So I'm sorry if y'all couldn't hear that. I couldn't hear the shit. I don't think the people standing next to him could hear his ass either, all right? Motherfucker trying to read a script, can't see it, his eyesight is gone. Motherfucker trying to walk to the podium, need to pull out his hover round. Can't even talk straight, sounds like he's chewing on a butter biscuit. That's what you get when you get Jim Coonburn. But y'all already know what he's talking about. If he opens his mouth, he's caping. They could all sit down right now and write out a crime bill for black Americans. But no, they'd rather just have a press conference, say a bunch of words, tell us what we saw, say a bunch of bullshit, and not do a goddamn thing. Not do a damn thing. And the Congressional Coon Caucus, they were literally out here dancing in the streets of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Y'all remember that? They was in the streets motherfucking doing the electric slide, literally. They were out here talking about HR 40 for 90 fucking years. And now all of a sudden they want to have a thing denouncing supremacy. Let me say this. They're not out here denouncing supremacy, and I'll tell you why. Because if there was no supremacy, them motherfuckers would be out of a job because they're minions of supremacy. Let me say that one more time. How do you know they lying about denouncing supremacy? That's because they all work for supremacy. If there was no supremacy, there'd be no Congressional Coon Caucus, because they wouldn't have anybody's boots to lick. Goddamn right, I said it in a minute. All right, so that was a bullshit ass conference. They were all slow. They looked like they all need to pull out their fucking wheelchair, their fucking hover round. These are the same people who go to Selma and can't even walk, and gotta have motherfuckers holding them up and don't even have access to their own legs. All right, the same thing with this press conference. Everybody there was 336 years old, irrelevant, couldn't pick them out in a lineup. The other caucus groups looked like they didn't even want to be there. They needed to be on lunch. They was ready for these motherfuckers to wrap it up. It was a goddamn shame and a clown show. But that's what you get when you get the Congressional Coon Caucus. A bunch of nothing, zeros. Clyburn just a couple days ago was talking about, why are you fucking with me? And now all of a sudden he's denouncing supremacy. Motherfucker, you supremacy's #1 coon. All right, Zaddy pats you on the head every time he sees you. Stop playing. Play with your great grandkids, motherfucker, because we all know you a damn dinosaur. All right, so take your Jurassic Park ass, go sit the fuck down, because the B1s are in full effect. So us right here in the new black media, us right here in Certified Black Society, and all the race regulators, we've taken the baton, and it's ours now, and they can't get it back, and it's like that. All right, family, y'all make sure you bang them notifications like I was saying. Make sure your notifications stay on. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I salute every last one of you. We're going to keep this thing coming. B1 Certified Black Society is in full effect. Race regulators are in full effect. Foundational Black Americans are in full effect. And there's not a damn thing anybody can do about it. All eyes on us. Well, we're going to put on a motherfucking show like we always do. No doubt about it. I wish everybody a good day. Wish everybody a good month. Stay ready so you ain't got to get ready, fam. Laser focus, and if a motherfucker run up, they get done up. That's the approach 24/7. But yeah, we got more content coming all the way live. bringing the heat. New Black Media is here. Make sure you guys subscribe to all the brothers and sisters who got that real work out there. If you got any business endeavors or any business promotions you want, make sure you DM me so I can tweet it out to the whole world, man. That's how you do it. We talk about building and we talk about black excellence, and it starts and it ends with us. As I said, this B1 circle belongs to us. You can't come in this circle unless you're one of us. And if you try to come in this circle, then you got to deal with all of us. And this ain't what you want. So the certified motto goes, you fuck with one of us, you fuck with us all, and if you get out of line, then regulators gonna mount up. Bet that. All right, Black family, man, y'all stay good. I love you all with a passion. Black Alpha Network, man, I'm gonna catch you on the other side. And like always, black is beautiful, and beautiful is black.